Yep. So, you know what this snake is right here? So that is a corn snake. So corn snakes are a really common species of snake. And then this is a close relative of it. You know what that snake is? This is a western rat snake. So both of these are constrictors that are really common. They're both great to have around. Actually, the reason that the corn snake is called a corn snake is because farmers will always find it in their corn silos or wherever they were storing grain because they eat a lot of rodents. And rat snakes are called rat snakes because they like to eat rodents as well. So they're both great to have around.
You ready for the snakes?
Is it real?
Yeah, it's real.
Oh, shit.
You want to touch her? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so you know what kind of snake she is?
No.
Speckled king snake.
You want the tail?
She's harmless, I promise.
Okay, but I cannot with the feeling of a spider. I'm sure she's real sweet. I want one.
She is.
You want one? Yeah.
She has teeth?
All snakes have teeth, so even constrictors do, and they actually have 2 rows of teeth on the top and 1 row on the bottom. So, and you see how her teeth are pointed backwards?
Do they
Yeah.
still, does it still bite
So-
though?
No, she won't bite,
Oh.
but so their teeth are pointed backwards because they need to hold on to their prey, and if they since they only have backwards pointed teeth that are like needles, it's all for holding on, so they have to swallow their prey whole.
Wow.
Yeah, and they can dislocate their jaw and expand their head 3 times the width of the normal size. But yeah, she won't bite you. Yep, I've got turtles too. So, does anyone know the other way that snakes eat, other than constriction? So, we actually have a lot of snakes that are rear fangs. Here, they're actually venomous. They have a grooved fang right here. It's in the middle of their mouth. Does anyone know what this is?
Like mama?
Nope, that's a garter snake. So everyone knows garter snakes are harmless, but they're actually venomous, just not to humans. So they chew a mild venom into their prey, like they'll eat earthworms, salamanders, and the like. So it's only strong enough to get prey like that, and it does nothing to us. Does anyone know what kind of snake this is?
I seen that one.
Mm-hmm. Y'all know what it is? It's a hognose, an eastern hognose snake. So
Is it that thick?
it's thick, yeah, but it's got itself puffed up. It's trying to look like a viper.
Oh.
So that's one of their defenses. So they'll flatten their heads out to make it look bigger. But you see how it has some pretty big fangs? Y'all know what a hognose eats? Hognose snake?
Eggs.
So these guys, they'll actually eat frogs and toads. So the reason that they've got such big rear fangs, they're still harmless to us. It's not only to inject venom into those frogs and toads, but frogs and toads will inflate their lungs to make them harder to swallow and look bigger. And they'll actually puncture their lungs with those fangs and pop them so they can swallow the frog or the toad whole. Now hognoses do another pretty interesting thing.
Play
Their
dead.
defense.
Yeah. Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
They'll play dead, and they'll actually slow their heart rate down to 1 beat per minute, and they'll release a musk that makes them smell dead. So they're better at playing possum than a possum. So I've got another snake I'm going to take out. Does anyone know what kind of snake this is? This one isn't the nicest one in the world.
Color's good.
So she is pregnant, so she's a little grumpy.
What?
Yep.
Can I take a
So-
picture of her?
Sure. Yeah, she's gravid, so she's full of eggs. So she's a southern black racer. Yeah, just don't touch her head.
Okay.
This one, she might bite, but I got it back. So these guys are one of the fastest snakes we've got around here. They go about 12 miles an hour. Now, do y'all think they're a constrictor or rear fanged, or how do you think these guys eat? So there's
Constrictor?
So their scientific name is Kaluga constrictor, but they're not really a constrictor. They might wrap around once or twice around their prey. But these guys, they eat small lizards and snakes, and they'll actually usually just eat their food alive.
They eat other snakes.
Yep, yep. And so does that speckled king snake I had out earlier. So they eat venomous snakes and speckled king snake. But she'll eat small snakes and lizards, so she doesn't really have to do much. And usually these guys just eat them alive.
Nice.
She's so fast.
Hmm.
Right. So does anyone know what kind of snake this is?
Mm.
So this is a Texas indigo snake. This is the longest snake in Texas. This is about 8 feet long. And they're related to the eastern indigo snake, which is the longest snake in the United States, which is from Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. And those get about 10 feet long. Now, does anyone know how these guys eat and what they eat? So these guys are in a group called Drymarchuron. So all snakes in this group are snake eaters, and they also have a really strong bite force. So what they'll do is they'll go up alongside another snake, and one of their favorite snakes to go for is rattlesnakes.
Oh, wow.
So they'll go up alongside a rattlesnake, turn their head, and crush that rattlesnake's head with their mouth, and then they'll swallow them whole. But these guys, they're also immune to native venomous snake bites. So if they get bit by the rattlesnake, it doesn't really do anything to them. So, does anybody know what kind of snake this is?
Oh, wow. Look at him. He's looking for his mom.
The mom just lays her eggs and lets them go. She doesn't do anything with them. You want to touch her? So does anyone know what kind of
Do they
snake?
bite?
Anything with a mouth can bite, but this one doesn't really bite.
Is it venomous?
No, it's not venomous. So, but it looks like a venomous snake.
Right.
So this is a Louisiana milk snake. So milk snakes are actually closely related to king snakes, but they're smaller. These guys usually only get about like 2 feet, and they eat other snakes just like the king snake, but they'll eat like small snakes like the cave snakes and ringneck snakes. They'll also eat skinks. So, and you don't see these guys too often because usually they're found in the bark of dead trees or underground, warm, moist areas. So, but these guys are a constrictor, but they look a lot like this. Does anyone know what kind of snake this is?
Four.
Yep, the Texas coral snake. So the Texas coral snake is our most venomous snake drop for drop here in Texas. I've got a picture. So these guys are our only elapid, so they're related to cobras and mambas. So but we don't have any other elapids here in Texas. Now there's 2 other coral snakes in the U.S. You got the Sonoran coral snake, which is out in Arizona. And then we also have the eastern coral snake, which is in Georgia, South Carolina, Florida, and Alabama.
Red and yellow kill a fellow?
Right, so that's the saying. Red touch yellow, kill a fellow. Red touch black, friend of Jack. Now, does that work all the time? It doesn't work all the time.
Right.
So, here, how's it going? Is an albino Texas coral snake. You see how it has no black on it? Here's a melanistic Texas coral snake. It's almost jet black. So it's always good to know what a venomous snake looks like, and if you don't know what a snake is, never pick it up. Now, if you go to Central or South America or Asia, there's coral snakes there that look totally different, and the wool flies totally out the window. So, you see that? That's an aquatic coral snake from South America, and it's red touch black. So, and then here's a blue Malaysian coral snake from Asia. That's an annulated coral snake from South America. Hemprich's coral snake, also from South America. And the confused coral snake from South America. So, if you're outside of the U.S., that saying doesn't help you at all. So, if you see a colorful snake and you're somewhere tropical on vacation, always just leave it alone. All right. So does anyone know what group all our other venomous snakes are in?
Can I take a picture of one?
Sure. But I gotta hold it. No, we were just talking about how this is a mimic of the Texas coral snake. So, and when a venomous or poisonous animal has a harmless look-alike, it's called Mertesian mimicry. And do we have any poisonous snakes in Texas? Nope. Do we have any poisonous snakes in the U.S.?